Hi everyone, I'm going to teach you how to take your own measurements. One note before I start is that there's a couple different ways to call different parts of your body, and because we try to be as inclusive as we can, we kind of go back and forth on some of those terminology so that you can use the best one that suits you. So for example, you'll see things like bust/chest. Please just pick whichever one of those feels best for you. We will understand. We want to give you a couple different options so that you can feel that you're still affirmed in the process. Even though the system of taking measurements is very dated, we try to do our best. So for most items that you get on our website, you're just going to take the measurements anywhere where that item touches your body. For example, I'm wearing a binder top, I'm wearing a swim bottom. If I was measuring for a binder, I'm going to take my bust or chest measurement. I'm going to take my rib cage, or what we also call the underbust measurement, right around here, which I'll show you in a second. And I'm going to take my waist measurement. So those are all the places that will inform how we custom size that garment to you. If I'm getting a bottom, for example, I will definitely take a measurement at the high hip. I will probably take one at the low hip around here. And if it's a high-waisted garment, I will take my waist as well. So just try to think of everywhere that it reaches. And if you have any questions about what specific measurements we need for each piece, it's listed in our fit guide, and you can always just message us if you have any questions. We're happy to help. So imagine that you're buying a top or a binder or a bra. We'll start there. So we use inches for everything. If you can keep it in inches, that would be great. If not, we can still convert it. So we're gonna take the measuring tape and we're gonna bring it around the back. If you have someone to help you, amazing, but I'm gonna teach you how to do it as if you didn't. So try to keep the measuring tape parallel to the floor. You see how it's not like flopping all the way down in the back. Keep it like nice and high. We're just gonna bring it across the biggest part of the chest. Usually it's where the nipples are, more or less. And you wanna measure on an exhale. So you don't want your lungs to be super full of air. There is gonna be some fluctuation in this because obviously your body moves when you breathe, but all of our garments are also stretch garments. We're not looking for this to be down to the 1/8 of an inch or the 1/4 inch. To the 1/2 inch is more than fine for what we are doing. And all of the garments are gonna have quite a bit of give anyways. So we're looking to take the measurement where the tape comes around and touches itself. So for me, that's 33.5. I'm gonna make a note of that. You will have like a pen and paper and you will write it down. So also for a binder or bra, you'll wanna take your rib cage or underbust measurement. So that's gonna be the widest part of the rib cage under any chest tissue. This is important. If you have breasts that touch your chest area, the rest of your body here where your ribs are, make sure that you're not measuring the breast tissue in this measurement, so go under them. So for me, I'm gonna measure it right here. It's the last point on my body before my breast tissue starts. And I'm gonna make a note of where the measuring tape touches the measuring tape. Moving on, I'm gonna take a natural waist measurement. So this measurement, you'll find that if you hold your measuring tape kind of loosely, it'll settle into what's usually the smallest part of your body. This is the place where if you lean to the side, you will crease like this. If you have a bigger tummy, this might not be the biggest part of your body. Sometimes that hits a little bit lower on people. So we're just gonna go with, over the stomach, higher than the belly button, and at the end of your rib cage. So you can see it pretty clearly on me when I bend where the measuring tape is sitting in my side. That's my natural waist. I'm gonna take a measurement there. High hip is the next one. It's really important, especially measuring for gaps. This is the main measurement that we use, and it's not as common of a measurement to take. So some people get confused about this. It's basically where you wear the waistband of your underwear or your pants, assuming that you have like not a high rise pair of underwear or pants. For me right now, it's right where the top of this swim bottom sits. Again, all of these measurements, it's important to keep the measuring tape parallel to the floor. So I'm not letting it kind of go wherever in the back and making sure that it's in a straight line all the way across. So this one's gonna go right like this across here. That's essentially where the top band will be on most of the gaps or other underwear bottoms. So it's really important that we measure there. And then for any bottoms that aren't a thong, essentially anything that touches your butt, we're gonna take one. And when we take it around the biggest part of the butt, that's called the low hip. So high hip at the actual hip bones, low hip goes around the butt, to clarify. Again, this one needs to be very parallel to the floor. That's why I'm turning to the side so that you can see me. Hopefully I line this up right. So around the most tissue that you can, around the biggest part of your butt, and in the front it'll look something like this, around this area. I think it looks pretty parallel. I'm gonna take that measurement. And you wanna make sure that your feet are relatively together. Like, don't take it if you're standing with your legs very far apart, because that will alter the measurement pretty significantly. So make sure that your feet are like relatively together. We're gonna take that one there. There are two other measurements that we can take that aren't standard in the way that we normally customize garments. Those are girth and rise, and essentially those are things that you can send us if you normally have a hard time finding garments because your torso is very long or you're very tall. Please message us and we're happy to walk you through that process if you feel like you need a little bit more length in your garments. Like, for example, a high-waisted bottom usually hits too low on you. We can add a little bit to that, and we'll walk you through those two other measurements. It just gets really confusing because we don't ask for them normally in the custom measurements for most of our garments. So we're gonna just do that on a case-by-case basis from now on. It's already a lot of information and we don't wanna confuse you. So please reach out if things tend to be either too short or much too tall for you. Also, if you're shorter stature or much taller and you find that you need to get things custom sized in that direction, and we will just send you diagrams and we will walk you through it if you need that. But yeah, those are all of the things that you need to know. Please watch our other video on gusset selection if you are getting gas or any other garment. If you're like trans feminine or have a penis and you are getting garments for that, we will walk you through how to select the right gusset for you. And yeah, custom sizing for us is always free. I feel like that is something that we were very adamant on from the beginning, and it's still really, really important to us. So please feel free to reach out. It's important that we get this sizing right for you. We're the only ones on the market who do this. We're really, really proud of all of the people who are sewing these garments for you. They're all very highly trained in how to take these measurements and make a piece that really suits your body in the best way that it can. So we're very, very happy to offer this, and good luck.